I think we do ourselves a great disservice by trying to categorize ourselves as humans into any of the frugivore, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, any of those categories of how we're supposed to eat, because animals eat based on instinct. They eat what is often species appropriate without having to be told what is appropriate for them. They are very instinct driven when it comes to what they eat. A carnivore is going to hunt their meat. It is instinct. You don't have to teach a baby tiger how to hunt. It just follows his mom by example and hunts. Same with lions, same with any cat. A bird is going to follow its mom. Mom starts by feeding the bird, and then the bird goes out its own and begins to feed itself. They are pure instinct, pure survival, not in a level of conscious thought that humans are. And while I do not think that humans are more evolved in intelligence, simply because our behaviors certainly show how we've done destruction to ourselves, to others, to the planet, to animals, because we lose connection with ourselves and we lose compassion and empathy and care because we get corrupted. We have a great amount of shadows and corruption that has poisoned our species for a long time. And that is why I do not believe that we are like animals in the way that we eat, because our minds have been corrupted, especially in recent history, in terms of what is appropriate food. We've been poisoned by genetically altered, processed, contaminated meats and dairy products. We have been so poisoned that it's disconnected our instincts and intuition from the way that we eat. And that is where intuitive nutrition comes in. This art of intuitive wellness, of being able to pull all the layers back on the whys of your nutrition and figure out what you're doing and why. Figure out the adaptive mechanisms, the responses, the behaviorisms, the survival that has brought you to eat the things that you eat. Cravings are not the same as instincts. So many people get lost in the idea of, I'm going to eat what feels right, what I feel in my body wanting. No, you have to fully detox off of the foods that you're currently eating and learn to understand how you have been, your instincts and intuition have been obstructed and disturbed because of the way that you've been raised in this culture. Especially, I'm speaking American culture in particular. Even just eating breads in different countries is completely different. And I say that as someone who lived in Europe for 3 months, and I could eat breads in London and other countries in Europe without issue. And then I come back to America and it destroys your gut. It has to do with the hybridization and all of the spraying into treatment of the food products. Profit has become a bigger goal than actually feeding people and with integrity. The integrity has been lost. And that is why I think there is stages of nutrition. There's stages of coming off of a standard American diet, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually, the shadows that you need to address are prominent. There's so much there to unpack and understand. Even now, I deal with cravings and I need to understand, do I need French fries? Is that nutritionally appropriate for me to eat? No, that's a craving. And often we associate it with periods and the cravings on a period of what your body is needing or lacking. That there's a little bit to that sometimes, but that's usually not true. There's not as much water behind that concept as we think. Because as long as you're still in a highly toxic state, if you are still in a sick state of being, then you are not eating from instinct and intuition. And you need to detox to get there.